Hey guys, Force Restart here. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to replace the camera lens on an iPhone 13 Pro Max, but you can also do it on other iPhones with the similar kind of camera. This replacement does take a little bit of effort, and we're going to show you how easy it can be if you have the right tool. So the tool that we're going to use is the iFixit kit, the essential one. We don't need anything fancy. And then the other thing we'll need here for this replacement is, of course, the lens. These lenses you can get off eBay or Amazon. We'll leave the link in the description section. These are pretty cheap to get. And then you can use a hair dryer for this piece because we need to take out the adhesive, or if you have a heat gun, which is probably works the better, but since we don't have a heat gun here, we're going to use a hair dryer for this method. So the way it's going to work is simply, if we're going to use the heat gun to replace this lens right here, as you can see, it's already broken here, so all we need to do is just use it to heat it up because there's adhesive circle around it. We're going to try to heat it up and then use the tools in this kit, basically a prying tool, just to go around and take this last bit of glass off, and then we have the replacement lens we're going to put on. So let's get right into it. So from the kit, we're just going to get our things ready. This isn't a sponsored video or anything, but I find this kit is really good when it comes to fixing minor stuff for iPhones. So we're going to use probably this one to pluck out the glass pieces. Probably might need this one as well, but essentially it's going to be a prying tool once we start to heat it up. So we'll leave this aside here, keep these tools, and while we do that, we're going to go ahead and heat this up. Now to heat this up, you want to be careful that you don't heat the other piece of glass. So for that, you can essentially cover the other side somehow with something that's good to kind of cover it up so you don't accidentally get those adhesive loose. And all you do is simply lightly do it. Doesn't have to be crazy. It's just you're going to try to do it a little bit at a time so that it heats up, and then we're going to try to use the prying tool to get it off. So heat gun or a hair dryer, whatever the case is, just go ahead and heat that lens up. Now you're going to stop that. Now you don't want to overheat it because you don't want to damage the camera accidentally, so be careful when you do that. And make sure when you're doing this, wear safety goggles. Highly recommended because you don't want these pieces to poke you in the eye. But as you can see here, just on this one, it starts to come off really nicely once you heat it up. You might have to do it multiple times, but these glass pieces can pop up and hit your eye, so make sure where your glasses. And you're gonna have to just do this. Sometimes you need this too. Again, this is a little bit patient game, just trying to get this glass off. So we already took this piece out, and then just keep on doing it. Now if you find you're gonna have to repeat the cycle multiple times with the heat gun because it gets cold and then the adhesive kicks in again, so you do it one more time. Alright, so we're going to stop the video here, do this part, and then show you afterwards how we put the new glass on. So once you go through the whole step and finally got all the glasses out that are remaining and the adhesive, it should look clean like that. Take maybe like a microfiber cloth, wipe it down. If you have isopropyl, also works pretty well to kind of make sure there's no dust or lint because you don't want that inside the glass. So we're ready to put on the replacement glass. So for the replacement glass, as you mentioned, you can get these off Amazon, eBay, pretty cheap to get. You're going to get the right one for the right size. On this one, for example, there's different sizes. So you notice here on this This one, sometimes the adhesive already comes pre-installed, but this one they already have it out. There's two different types of glass here. These are for this one, for example, as you can see, these are two big ones are for this one, and then the tiny other one, small one, which we have, it's going to be going here right there. So we'll put that adhesive on and then put the glass on. So we're going to take our adhesive here using the prying tool, take it off here, and then place it right on the glass here. So this, okay, so instead of putting it right onto the glass here, you might find it easier to just put it already on the actual lens here, and then we'll put the lens in there. So that might be a little bit easier, but whatever way you have, like you mentioned, some of them should already have pre adhesive on installed on the lens, but this one didn't have it. You gotta be very gentle with this whole process because you don't want to scratch the lens. Alright, so we got the lens on here, and then we're gonna just take the sticky side off. Take that off, and then you're ready to just basically just gonna lay in there perfectly